You know who shuts the fuck up?
No.
Oh god.
Lone Ranger's mother shuts the fuck up. No, she shuts up because we go to the movie theater and it is impolite to speak.
Oh, okay, well that was a bit more wholesome than I was
It is
expecting.
a porno starring her, of course.
Oh, right.
The Nerd or Not podcast is an irregularly aired show about games, movies, TV, comics, theme parks and anything else that floats our fandom. And now, here's your hosts, Jay, Bob, and Corey, the Cretans Guild.
Hello, Cretans.
Hi.
Welcome back to episode 39 of the Nerd or Not podcast. We give you our opinions on a range of topics, everything and anything under the bright nerd sun, all promoting fellowship, conversation, and humor, and sleeping with Lone Ranger's mother any chance we can. As always, I am Jay. With me is Corey.
The Lone Ranger.
And Bob.
the emotionally distraught Lone Ranger.
As always, guys, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, iTunes, Google, Podbean, YouTube, Yelp, Tot, anything else you can think of. I'm pretty sure we're on the WWE network now, but we are, as always, at Cretans Guild, and we are part of the Somebodies Network, where you can look us up online at Somebodiesnet. That's SOMEBUDDIESNET. All one word. And to those watching today, although this will probably go up tomorrow, so fuck you. If you're watching today, somehow you're a time traveler, please save us from Trump. But also happy Free Comic Book Day to you. I went and got some free comics today at my local store here in Kalamazoo, Fanfare Entertainment.
Fuck yeah, Bob, Fanfare.
Bob, you went to, where did you go today? Gods and Monsters?
I went to our favorite place, Gods and Monsters, where Todd, the greatest human being to ever live, deliberately, I asked him, which one should I grab? And he grabbed these three for me. Amazing Spider-Man, Star Wars Adventure, and Avengers. One of these is a preview for the next Infinity storyline.
Excellent.
Is that the new Nick Spencer Spider-Man? I don't want to say reboot, but Slot's not on it.
Yes, it is Nick Spencer.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I got those three as well. Fanfare actually does 5 comics per person for Free Comic Book Day, so we got... me, the kid,
money.
and the wife went and got 15 comics. Victor walked out feeling like he had won $1 million.
Whoa.
With tons of comics, and he bought a Black Panther comic because Black Panther's like his favorite fucking hero. It was sweet. It was a good day. It was a really good day. Corey, where'd you go?
Well, I went to North Center, looked at dogs.
Nice. Rock Dog was not working today.
Rock Dog was not working today. No.
Fucking bullshit.
I went to go pick up the instrument from being repaired because it's not very interesting. But one thing I didn't know about Chicago is that it gets super duper dry during the winter months. So if you got anything that's made out of wood or wood. Apparently, it'll get so dry that the shit will warp, and if you're not moisturizing your musical instruments, bad things tend to happen to them. So I had to go get it repaired. Anyway, yeah.
You had to wax your instrument.
I had to wax my instrument, like all up and down. Yep.
Had to moisturize your instrument.
Right.
Repeatedly?
And then massage the crap out of it, and then wipe up the sputum afterwards. Wait, are we doing euphemisms here?
Oh, no. Hey, I also got this at Gods and Monster today.
Oh, nice.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah,
that is lovely.
This guy.
That is lovely.
Have you gotten to stop by the vault yet?
I have. It wasn't open when I went this morning. They don't open till like in the afternoon, evening type deal. But I have been before.
Bummer for the morning drinkers.
Yeah. we need booze too.
Yeah.
We've been up for 6, 7, 8, 10 hours at that point. Come on.
That place is fucking legit. And that was kind of one of the things, like I discovered it right before moving that I lament having to leave behind.
Yeah, but you've got 3 dots.
I know, yeah, I know. I've got like fucking 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have my nerd bar. I can only go to the tiki bar now. It's so sad. I can't be amongst all the riffraff any longer.
You listen right here. Todd did a fucking stellar job decking that place out. There's something missing. I mean, I know. Great. I'm surrounded by like 7 bars within shouting distance. I understand that I've got it pretty good right here.
Sure.
But there's nothing like that place. And I don't want to sound like I was denigrating the old location, because they were, kitted out for alcohol, but it was mostly shit like hard root beer and cider beers, just bottled stuff.
Well, they couldn't wall it off like this place is now.
Yeah. Those people know exactly what is going in those glasses.
So we should probably dive into the main topic here, right?
If you wanna.
All right, let's talk the fucking nerd playoffs, man. We're talking cartoon playoffs, first round action, the field of 64.
What'd you say?
Hold on a second.
First round.
First round.
Simpsons
page are
versus
you
Batman
on?
Brave and the Bold. Pokemon versus Robot Chicken. We've got He-Man and Yogi Bear. Jetsons and Dragon Ball.
Corey, you want this?
I mean,
you want to let him down?
Yeah,
What?
we're down to the final four.
Yeah. It's been a while, Jay.
Yeah. I don't know what's been going on with you in your personal life, but an entire competition was held around your absence. And
we're
as such,
6 weeks in now.
is beginning to boil down.
All right,
That's
well,
correct.
did any of those fucking asshole listeners we have fucking vote for Rocky and
You're
Bullwinkle?
out of your element, Donnie. This is what
they
happens.
voted enough for Rocky and Bullwinkle to get into the playoffs.
Okay, did they... Rocky and Bullwinkle was up against fucking Gravity Falls. Did Gravity Falls go out in the first fucking round?
No.
Okay,
We've got very good news
Okay.
for you on that front.
Okay, all right.
Gravity Falls is
that's step
persistent.
one. All right, that's fine. That's
yes.
fine. I know G.I. Joe got past Bob's Burgers, so that's not a big deal. That's we don't have to talk about that one. I'm that's a guarantee. There's no fucking way that Bob's Burgers beat it.
Right. Real
No.
American hero has prevailed.
No.
No?
Sorry.
What the fuck?
Well, that's a surprise to me, too. I forgot about that. Bob's Burgers took the lead? From
Bob Burger beat G.I. Joe by 63%.
Whoa. All right.
You guys have
we
watched
had
Bob's
some
Burgers,
upsets.
right? You guys have watched it? It's shitty Archer. Like, it's not good Archer.
I actually like it.
Yeah,
But I kind
kinda
of
do
thought that
too.
it was... I mean, it's burgers versus pork chop sandwiches. You'd think that, the more exotic dish would win out. Apparently that's not the case.
All right, whatever.
I think the more I
fine.
talk, the more I confuse
Fucking-
matters. So I'm just going to kind of take a sideline on this one.
All right, Bob, obviously I'm not in the loop because you guys don't fucking include me on anything anymore.
That's right.
Corey, did you forget to email him? Because,
Dude, I
I'm
don't even email people at my job.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so you say we're on to the Final Four, so we're talking about the matchups for the Elite Eight then?
Yeah,
but
we just wrapped up voting for the Elite Eight.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all right, first matchup, Bob, what do we have?
All right, first matchup, we had the number one contender, The Simpsons, versus one of the the last Cinderella team remaining, Dragon Ball series.
Oh, well, Simpsons has to win. I mean, and this, by the way, guys, this is no more bullshitting. I don't actually know the results of the votes. So,
Apparently I don't either, and I was here for all of them. So
This is the debut of the results. You guys are the first to hear it, and then everyone listening is going to be the second to hear it.
so
Excellent.
I would be honestly flabbergasted if Dragon Ball got past The Simpsons. I can't imagine a scenario unless we were like only polling people that were anime fans.
yeah.
Where and even then, probably not.
There is a lot of curious crossover between The Simpsons and anime fandoms.
I can see that.
Go fucking figure that out. Yeah.
Probably because of the longevity of... actually, both these shows have been around since the dawn of time, it feels like.
Yeah. Good
All right,
point.
so
Well made.
I've got to go with The Simpsons, and I'm going to say Simpsons in a landslide. Corey, what are you thinking?
Simpsons. I love Toriyama. But I kind of I haven't made it past like just a couple of volumes in the first manga, and that's Dragon Ball, just Dragon Ball. Everything else after
there's no
that,
balls yet.
there's no balls. There's no ball gits. There's no ball whatever the fuck came after that.
Super.
It's just, you know what? Goku found everything, and that's pretty much it. There was no or that. So in my world, it
filler
just ended
episodes.
with the manga. Yeah. So Simpsons for me too.
Stay tuned next week, Dragon Ball fans.
No, Dragon Ball, you're out, buddy.
Yeah.
Simpsons won in the biggest landslide in the entire playoff to this point. 87% people voted for Simpsons.
When I said landslide, I was thinking like 65% maybe. That's a huge win.
That is huge.
shit.
Yeah, it's the biggest, like I said, the biggest win.
I don't see anything that's left unseating Simpsons. I really don't. All right, so now into the park brackets. We've got Futurama versus Looney Tunes, and this is a tough one.
I know, it was tough for me too.
It's tough, but personally, there's a lot more Looney Tunes I like than Futurama I like. And there's some pretty rotten episodes of Futurama out there, so I have to go with Looney Tunes on this. That would be my vote. Corey, where are you at?
What are some? I'm trying to think of some less than exemplary episodes or examples of Futurama, because I have not seen
First two seasons. They were okay. They weren't terrible, but they weren't.
They were unmemorable. Like they were just episodes of a show. Nothing special about them.
Because I have to admit, I haven't actually watched a whole lot of Futurama past maybe the middle of the first season even. So just defaulting to familiarity, I'm probably going to have to say Looney Tunes. And I know, I got to get educated, but it hasn't happened yet.
Not fair enough. Futurama doesn't have the longevity that Looney Tunes does and the history that Looney Tunes has. Looney Tunes won with 71% of the vote.
Okay. These are pretty fucking lopsided victories.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, next in the iWorks category, we've got Batman the Animated Series versus Gravity Falls. And this is asking me to pick my favorite child.
No.
Corey is very impartial to one of these.
This one's hard.
I mean, no, I bag on Batman a lot, but still, it's just it did so much.
I make fun of Batman, but Batman was like my first love as of an animated series as something where I wasn't just a kid that liked cartoons.
Like, no shit, you still ran home after school to watch it, you know?
Shit, I watched it into my mid-20s.
Yeah, and the only reason we hammer it so much is because now it's kind of like an outmoded institution, and better things have come along since then. But what it did was still fucking amazing. So,
everything that show set up, the entire Timverse, Justice League, Superman, Justice League Unlimited,
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Harley, exactly. It's so hard for me to vote against Batman the Animated Series in any vote. But Gravity Falls is perfect. There's nothing wrong with Gravity Falls.
It's fun, it's awkward in the best kind of way. It's the animation is superb. It's great storytelling.
Fantastic voice acting. The worst thing about Gravity Falls is that it ended too soon.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you look at the entire library of Gravity Falls, which is 50 episodes?
That sounds about right.
50, 60 episodes, something like that, because it's the Disney rule, 3 seasons and done.
And you're out.
Versus animated series, New Adventures of Batman and Robin, you're talking 200 plus cartoons.
Yes.
And a varying quality.
There's enough of
quality.
Them.
No doubt. I mean, there's some stuff to this day which is just incredible, and some stuff that to this day is like, oh god. Okay.
Yeah.
This is really hard to choose. I gotta go Batman.
You going Batman?
I gotta go Batman. As much as I love Gravity Falls and as perfect as it is, I think everything that Batman set up, and as the amount that it made is it wins for me.
Yeah.
Basically, what you're saying is you'd be okay with either going forward. Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna cry either way if someone loses here. Like it's you fought well, good job. Unless it's 50-50 and they're both eliminated, and fucking Tom and Jerry or Scooby-Doo gets a free pass.
Do you know how fucking scared I was that we would have it'd be split right down the middle, and then it would come to the three of us having to vote on what show advances? I figured that'd be our good tiebreaker. The three of us decide on what the show is to break a tie.
Oh shit! All right, so I am going Batman. Corey, what are you going?
Oh man. Yeah, I can't even act like this is an easy decision. But I think wow, I almost went into the royal we there, so you know that shit's real. It's Gravity Falls. It's Gravity Falls. Sorry. Everything that Batman TAS did was forging fundamentals, and it did. When I keep throwing that phrase out there, it did so much. Gravity Falls is excellent because it had Batman to build off of, but it also improved a shit ton of it. That, and there's kind of like just a small like a ratio that I'm going by also that I'm using as a metric to judge by, and that is I know that Gravity Falls had like a little bit less time to fuck itself over than Batman did, because eventually when you're dealing with that TAS scale of bloat, yeah, you're going to have some stinkers. But it kind of lopped out of the gate to begin with. With Christmas and the Joker, which is an episode I bitch about like endlessly almost, and a couple of other ones during that season. And then there was like a lot of really forgettable filler. And then like when it began to wind down, it was just hobbling. So the things that it did well were conceptual. They were they employed a lot of advanced technique because they not only farmed their animation out to various anime studios for in between work, but they also brought in a lot of like renowned anime directors to stage these episodes. It's like, that's fucking great. That's forward thinking. But that's also, you've created the wheel, or you've created something to put the wheels on, I guess, if Looney Tunes had the
chariot.
Whatever. Yeah, sure. We got the Model T now. Thank you, Batman. You're Henry Ford, but without the patent stealing.
And Gravity Falls is a fucking Tesla.
Yeah.
With no blowing up engines.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it fired on all fours from beginning to end. And I'm kind of disagreeing with you both on the whole ending too soon count, too, because that last episode was technically 3 episodes long.
Oh, they went out with a bang. That's without a doubt.
It ended perfectly. Don't get me wrong. It was a perfect ending.
Yeah.
I could have had 5 more seasons and been ecstatic.
Yeah,
it's not like something where I'm like, okay, we should, all right, no, this shouldn't have ended yet. It's a case of it ended too soon because I want more.
I think, yeah, but as far as like all the character arcs being satisfied, there wasn't any hanging threads.
No.
It was a summer's worth of an adventure that had to be spread out over 3 years worth of broadcasting. I think they did a pretty good fucking job making that feel like it was 2 months. If there was going to be any more Gravity Falls to be had beyond what we were given, it's going to have to be something separate from that story. Like Uncle Stan might not even be involved in any way. It's going to have to be beyond Gravity Falls.
Well, like I said, Gravity Falls is perfect. It ended perfectly.
Yeah.
It was the right length. It told the story it needed to tell, and it told it perfectly.
Right.
I'm selfish. I want more. That's why I'm saying it ended too soon, because I'm a glutton and I want more good stuff. Give me more Gravity Falls cake. I want to eat it all.
All right. So you're not demeriting it because of that. You're just saying that, like, okay, all right.
Not even kind of.
Well, then
it is the perfect ending to a show, and the reason I can say that is that ending plays on Disney XD all the fucking time.
Yeah, whole week-long event,
and I can watch it every time it's on.
Yeah,
and still get the same emotional hits that I got watching it the first time. And there are very few cartoons that can do that.
I get it. It comes on. You're like, man, I haven't had a good cry in a couple of months. I think
exactly. there are episodes of The Simpsons that do that. There are episodes, for me at least, of Clone Wars that do that. And Gravity Falls does that. There's not episodes of Gravity Falls. There are entire arcs,
epics
of Gravity Falls that do that, where you are just tied up, so emotionally invested in these kids and this family and everyone in that weird ass fucking Oregon town that ending, like, you watch it and it's like, I haven't watched Gravity Falls in 4 months. oh, I'm gonna watch this again and be right back where I was, and it is a perfect show. I still have to vote Batman.
A little conflicted there, I guess.
I'm super conflicted.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to point out that Gravity Falls did get to this position by beating out Rocky and Bullwinkle and G1 Transformers. Mm-hmm. When that happened, some members of the Somebodies Network, I heard they were saying stuff like, man, I really got to watch Gravity Falls. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do.
If you haven't yet, like, don't be me, because I didn't watch it for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. And I am really, really upset that I didn't, because one, my kid didn't watch it either, and now he's a huge fan of the show. So it's something that he and I can watch together, and it's just great. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, that's where my vote goes, to Gravity Falls.
How about you, Bob?
Well, my vote went for Gravity Falls as well, as pretty much the same reasons you said, Jay. I love Batman. I respect Batman. Batman's great. It's just Gravity Falls, my heart went for that. Apparently, a lot of people were just like us, and it was very close. It was super, super close. The voting separation, 3 votes.
Wow.
Separated the winner from the one who's not advancing. And the winner is Gravity Falls. Moves on.
Wow.
By 3 votes.
That's fucking wonderful.
Wow, thanks a lot, you turds. I got beaten out by a couple of pre-pubes. It's awesome. Fucking hill folk motherfucks.
Yeah, they had the journals help them.
That is fantastic. Like that's perfect. That's exactly how it should have gone.
Yeah, well, I'm still a billionaire. Eat it.
Tax that man.
We live in Providence. No, you're not. Shut up.
That's true, yeah. Our Batman's an ersatz Batman. He used to be in Gotham, but then things went south.
I live in Rhode Island. I hate my life.
Oh, we have good seafood up here. It's all right.
It's true. Fucking A. Quality lobster rolls. Wicked pissa. Ha ha. All right, and now we've got Tom and Jerry, which I'm still really confused by, and Scooby-Doo going to war. Man, so as a kid, I loved Tom and Jerry. I absolutely loved Tom and Jerry cartoons. I thought they were wonderful.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
But Scooby is just so good. It's so good by being so fucking basic. Like there's no risk taking in Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It is, hey, there's a mystery. Mm-hmm. Here's some weird designs. Shaggy,
lots of drug reference.
Shaggy is absolutely high because Scooby can talk. Mm-hmm. And there's a dude in a mask. There you go. There's
and
your
his
entire...
name is John Cena. Yeah. Which he did show up in an episode or a movie, was it? I don't remember really.
A whole bunch of superstars showed up in that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Complete sidebar here. The WWE Scooby-Doo movies are fantastic. Watch them. They are fever dreams of bizarreness. Watch them.
How many are there?
There's like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
There's the Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Challenge, and then the one where they're all doing like wacky racist style monster truck rides across the country.
Is this in the same vein as like when they had the Globetrotters on?
I have no idea. I don't know what inspired the writing of these. I don't know if it is this is in canon. Scooby-Doo and the WWE inhabit the same universe. It's just wonderful to see Scooby and Shaggy hanging out with the Undertaker in a monster truck. It's just watch them.
Think about what you just said.
Yes, I know what I just said.
Anybody else who hasn't seen it was like, wait, those words just went together?
Yes, and when you watch the movie, you'll go, yeah, you know what? Jay was right. Jay was right. I got to go Scooby-Doo. As much as I loved Tom and Jerry as a kid, Scooby-Doo is just, everything from the original series to the New Adventures of Scooby-Doo to the stuff that's out recently. That new series is fucking fantastic. There's the James Gunn movies, which are fucking weird and wonderful.
The second one quite a bit more than the first one. The first one's awkward as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's everything that Scooby-Doo has since led to. I got to go with Scooby. Even the weird Scooby Apocalypse comic that DC puts out is good. It has no right to be, but it is.
Well, it's Keith Giffen. It has every right to be good.
Well, the idea, the concept has no right to be good, but the execution, the execution is wonderful.
Putting these things together on paper, and you're like, "What are you smoking? Can I have some?"
It's just the GIF. That's what the GIF does. Created Lobo, then this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where'd you end up, Corey, on this one?
Scooby-Doo. Mainly because I had to look into this fucking Tom and Jerry thing, which was like very. It seemed like a lot of younger people were boosting the TNJ, and it confused me. It confused me as somebody who is old and oftentimes out of touch with my surroundings in the world I live in.
Things scare me and frighten
me. Yeah, exactly. Like, what are these maymays that I see all over the place? All right. Anyway, so apparently Tom and Jerry have somehow become like 4chan meme strong, and I think that's where a lot of TNJ exposure is coming from. And to be honest, knowing what little I know about 4chan, I'll take being exposed to TNJ over being exposed to anything else on that fucking scorched earth slime.
Yeah, fuck that
slime
place.
Funnel ride of slime. The funnel ride of a hell site. That is
4chan, the only site that makes Reddit look civil.
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of TNJ seemed like really just bargain basement Looney Tunes, like leftovers. And there was a reason for that. It was because a lot of people worked on Tom and Jerry after they left Termite Terrace. If you're saying that like Roadrunner was Armageddon, then Tom and Jerry was very much Deep Impact. Now, grant you that Deep Impact has a shit ton of fans, and they're really, really into Deep Impacts. But one is very obviously the result of another one existing first. And Tom and Jerry wouldn't be dick if it weren't for Chuck Jones and all the stuff that he made at Termite Terrace. Which is why MGM hired Chuck Jones for Tom and Jerry when he left Termite Terrace. So, in terms of originality, Tom and Jerry didn't do a lot for me. In terms of its lineage or its legacy, most of it was Friz Freleng. I'm not really high on him either. Even his Warner Brothers shit wasn't that hot. And the great thing about Scooby-Doo, I'll grant you, I'm not really big into their old cartoons either, is that you had mentioned the template and how basic it is. It's one of those, like, almost endlessly flexible concepts that can be adapted without skipping a beat to one sort of an idea or a mood or a genre. I think its recent output, Scooby-Doo's recent output, like the stuff that you can stream and whatever, are a really good example of that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, going back to what you were just saying about like fucking wrestlers and Scooby-Doo, it sounds cheap as shit.
We never saw Tom and Jerry run around with Roman Reigns.
That's true. I'd give my left nut to make that a reality. But
for some reason, it just works.
Yes,
like it's just one of those basic storytelling concepts that you can make a 15-minute short, you can make a 22-minute episode, or you can make an hour and a half movie. And it's like going to work.
It's like the joke that the trope is that like you pull the mask off of the character, and it turns out to be the guy who's the biggest asshole in the entire cast for that episode. But
it's
like,
old man asshole.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is that idea lended itself to further adaptation beyond that shit. So then you get stuff like that really fucking crazy Scooby-Doo movie that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. I watched it while I was drunk in Claremont, so I can't remember a whole lot of it. But I remember the animation was stellar, and by the time I was done with it, I was like, that's so much better than that needed to be. I was still just going to be impressed with like, hey, nostalgia. Woo! But it just they keep pushing it forward. Tom and Jerry's Tom and Jerry. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I know I'm gonna like probably get like untold amounts of heat for that shit, but it's like I'm going with the Scooby-Doos.
It's from fucking 4chan. Who cares?
Well, yeah, But 4chan has a way of spreading.
That's true.
Yes.
That is very true. All right, Bob, what did did you say Russian bots?
No, well, yeah, might as well. Like a virus, but yeah, Russian bots too.
In Mother Russia, LimeWire
plays
downloads
Jerry.
you. Yeah.
In Soviet Russia, Lone Ranger's mother sleeps with Tonto.
Okay.
I had liquid in my face.
That is why I
more?
rushed for the joke.
No. That's dirty pool.
So, Bob, what did you? What was your what was your vote for this matchup?
My personal vote went towards Tom and Jerry, but for the narrowest of reasons. Probably because Tom and Jerry stuck to me better, although I have no problem with Scooby-Doo winning. I did want to point out how both these shows got here. Scooby-Doo easily beat Alvin and the Chipmunks. I'm so disappointed that even got in the playoffs. And then it beat Bob's Burgers pretty handily to get into this matchup. Tom and Jerry had a much harder road. It beat out Ninja Turtles from 1987.
That's surprising.
And then it trounced the Flintstones, like by a lot. And I was a little curious about this, so I did all the math, and Tom and Jerry got more votes, just Tom and Jerry, for that second round matchup than any other matchup. Somebody found this matchup and retweeted, some Tom and Jerry fan site retweeted just that, and they voted just for that particular matchup in droves. So yeah, this is how Tom and Jerry got it into the playoffs. This is how they got to where they are now.
So welcome, scummy new listeners, you pack of fucking Judases. Thanks for listening to our
Well, that's why for this particular matchup, I decided I wasn't going to put any hashtag on Tom and Jerry. So if somebody wants to find it and vote for it, they're welcome to. But, you know, I'm not going to, like, draw a flag. Hey, come vote for just Tom and Jerry. No, I want you to vote for everything, God damn it. So, this matchup was closer because the Tom and Jerry army was not involved.
Yeah. Fucking.
Unfortunately, Tom and Jerry did move on with a percentage of 59%.
Much like our action movie playoffs, where you fucking assholes voted for the wrong goddamn thing again.
We're so frustrated. We're resorting to base insults.
You twats. That's all. You're just twats. Like you make bad choices. You should be disappointed in your life choices. And
look in the mirror and just shake your head.
The only way that we can counteract the Tom and Jerry bot army is we need to tweet Alex Hirsch and have him retweet the Gravity Falls is in a in a life or death battle against Tom and Jerry.
Yes. And all right.
We'll see what he says.
You know how I would die if that happened. I would die a happy man. That'd be awesome as hell.
So yeah, we'll do that. We got to do that. We got to tweet to the Gravity Falls Cypher, to all those guys. Just be like, hey, kill the bots. Help us win. Gravity Falls forever.
It has to be in cryptogram. I'm not quite sure that would make me a happy man, because that would mean I'd have to start wearing a fucking mask during these things that we do. Lest I be recognized on the street and somebody be like, dude, you just talk endless shit. I love you. And I'm like, I don't know. I try to make sense. It just doesn't work.
So, all right, Corey, you're going to have to pick your favorite child now.
Okay.
Because our final four matchups, we have The Simpsons versus Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Gravity Falls and Tom and Jerry, that's an easy choice for all three of us. But Simpsons versus Looney Tunes is... That's a rough one.
A little, yeah. Shit.
Because for all of the things that we said about Batman the Animated Series, with the grand exception of the fact that the Simpsons is the Simpsons.
I'm totally following you. Looney Tunes is in the exact same position.
No, I was going
really?
to say the Simpsons is in the same position.
Okay.
Because, well, what are we at now? Like episode or like season 90, something like that for the Simpsons.
Season 29 will be this fall.
Okay, season 29 this fall. There have been, I will wager a guess at this point and say there have been more bad episodes than good. Because there have been some absolute fucking shit seasons of The Simpsons.
That's right. If we're judging by percentile, that's true.
Yeah, if we're judging by percentiles, The Simpsons is... there's definitely a case to be made that it's long in the tooth at this point.
Yes, that's true.
But the same thing can be said about Looney Tunes. Mm-hmm. You know, it's Looney Tunes didn't age well in certain areas. Mm-hmm. But it is, you know, it's definitely a Sophie's Choice situation here. It's
and take Space Jam, throw that out. Take the Simpsons movie, throw that out. Just the
just
episodes,
the series,
the serialized content. All right. Sure.
Well, we don't have to make our picks right now because we can talk about those in the next episode. But
yeah,
it's definitely something to start weighing your options on.
Gotta tell you, it's not making me too happy.
Yeah.
Having to think about this. No. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, this is going to take some hardcore meditating.
You mean drinking?
Yes, that, because I can't meditate without.
So I just saw
Chemical
that South Park lost in the first round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First pick, my number one pick.
That's shocking to me. Like if anything was going to lose in the first round for the number one picks, I figured it was going to be my pick was with Clone Wars.
But what beat it? That's what I'm the most proud of.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop winning is pretty fucking awesome. That's cool.
Okay, that's a deserved loss.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured Powerpuff Girls was going to get past Clone Wars, and if Clone Wars got past Powerpuff, it wasn't getting past Futurama. Because I love Popeye, but Popeye wasn't going to win.
You love imitating Popeye, I think, is the more accurate. There it is.
So, guys, that brings us to our final four: The Simpsons versus Looney Tunes, Gravity Falls versus Tom and Jerry. Mm-hmm. You can find the link to the final poll not the final poll, the final four poll in the description of this podcast, or you can head over to any of our social pages, and the link will be right there for you to find. I'm sure Bob will pin them and post all kinds of Instagram stories.
Mm-hmm. They'll be very easy to find.
Yes, you will not be lacking for polls. Just like Lone Ranger's mother isn't lacking for a poll.
Nice.
But now, guys, we're going to take a break. We're to stop for a moment for station identification. And you guys get to hear from our friends at the Somebodies Network.
Time and Temperature is brought to you by Somebody's Network.
Hey, you know what's missing from your life? Yet another variety podcast. My Crumbling Audio brings you just that. Open, humorous, and frank discussion on horror, kink, wrestling, and gaming. Each week, Crumb, that's me, brings my brand of wit and wisdom to you with an in-depth look at some of my, and hopefully your, favorite topics. I'm available on iTunes, and you can plug my RSS feed into your favorite app, or search My Crumbling Audio.
We are going to take a break here from episode 39 and we'll pick it up again shortly. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. If you would like to hear the audio podcast in its entirety, click below for the Podbean link. Don't forget to vote in the animation playoffs, and give this video a like. Leave a comment of what your favorite cartoon was growing up, or just say hi.
She requests I call her Kamosabe instead of Kimosabe.
Damn it.